What if I told you that the person you believe yourself to be, your personality, your story, even your flaws as see you, is not the real you? What if everything you've ever struggled with, self-doubt, shame, not feeling good enough, wasn't your truth, but a costume, a mask, a false identity layered over your original self? Today, we're going to take that mask off, and what you discover underneath might just change your life. We're born whole, not perfect but complete. Then something starts to happen. We learn to please to stay safe. We learn to perform to feel loved. We learn to hide certain parts of ourselves to avoid rejection. Over time we become less like ourselves and more like who the world says we should be. This is the beginning of the false self, the quiet, invisible formation of an identity built on fear, survival, and silence. Maybe you were the smart one, the pretty one, the funny one, the strong one. Maybe you were the quiet one, the forgotten one, the fixer. Whatever label they gave you, you wore it. Long enough that you started to believe it was you, but it's not. And deep down, you know it. Living as someone you're not is exhausting. It's like holding your breath for years and wondering why you're always tired. You become successful but still feel empty. You're surrounded by people but still feel unseen. You try to heal, but nothing sticks, because you're trying to fix a mask instead of removing it. The false self can't be fulfilled. It can only be fed, and feeding it never lasts. You think, maybe if I achieve more, maybe if I look better, maybe if they finally love me, but all of it is a cycle, one rooted in a silent, painful belief: I am not enough. That belief is the foundation of the false self, and it's a lie. Let's go deeper. How is this false self built? It starts early. Maybe someone told you to be quiet, or punished you for being emotional, or rewarded you for achieving, but ignored your needs. Every moment like that was a brick in a wall between who you are and who you pretend to be. You learned, if I want to survive, I must edit myself. So you did. And at first it worked. You got approval, you got love, you avoided pain. But now, you're tired. Because the cost of betraying yourself is unbearable. And the more you try to keep up the act, the more you lose touch with your truth. This is why you feel anxious. This is why you burn out. This is why you feel hollow, even when things look good. The false self is loud, but your real self is patient. It waits in the silence. It whispers in moments when you feel most free. Laughing with someone, being creative, crying in solitude. That is you. Not the story, not the mask, not the survival strategy. You. So who are you really? You are not your trauma, you are not your resume, you are not your weight, your income, your social media bio. You are something so much more ancient, so much more powerful. You are the observer, the awareness, the light behind the eyes. You are the one watching the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. And when you start returning to this place, this quiet truth, something changes. You stop chasing approval, you stop performing, you start breathing again, you start creating, not to impress but to express. You start loving, not to be worthy but because you already are. You stop fixing and start feeling. And slowly the mask begins to slip, until one day, you forget you ever needed it. You're not broken, you've just been buried, under layers of expectation, fear, conditioning, pain, but you can come back, and you don't have to do it all at once. Here's where you begin. Notice when you're performing. When you're saying yes, but mean no. When you're smiling to hide the ache. When you feel like a character in your own life. Create space for truth. Journal. Walk in silence. Sit with yourself for 10 minutes a day, without distractions. Speak the real. Say the hard thing. Cry if you need to. Ask for what you actually want. Let go of approval. Not because you don't care, but because your peace is worth more. Reconnect with what makes you feel alive. Music, nature, art, movement, play. The real you is not a concept, it's a felt experience, it's a remembering. You are not who you think you are. You are not the version of you shaped by wounds. You are not the voice of your inner critic. You are not the person you became to survive. You are the one beneath all of that. And every time you come home to that truth, you heal a little more. You breathe a little deeper. You live a little louder. So take off the mask. You don't need it anymore. You never did.